Well, hello. We just revisited a classic British series from 1979
Never seen it.
called Sapphire and Steel.
I had never seen it.
No, I never either. Maybe revisited was not the right word, but
No, it's all right.
we're checking out some British classics.
Yes.
And this one is one of them. Sapphire and Steel with David McCallum and Joanna Lumley of Absolutely Fabulous fame.
Yes.
Patsy on Absolutely Fabulous about 10 years before that show, and when she was still kind of like a serious actress or such, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it was more of a serious role for her.
And the
A
title,
far cry from Ab Fab.
And the title of this season was
Escape Through a Crack in Time.
And
it is 6 episodes, and the whole season is devoted to this storyline.
yes, and what I like is that it was very atmospheric. Talked about like the imprint things have, houses, time, and other ingredients to make it all happen. And it was interesting because I was thinking about it, and this reminds me of probably outside of Year of Hell, the best, I'll say it, one of the better Star Trek timey-wimey episodes. Time and Again, I can't remember if it was first or second season, where the energy explosion created like cracks and shifts in time.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they got that idea from this episode. So I'm just like,
Well, everything is variations on themes anyway, and people take inspiration from different sources all the time. So if it was inspired by this,
I understand.
That's great.
But Doctor Who got inspired by Star Trek. Star Trek was inspired by Doctor Who quite a bit. The transmats and Quark and all that stuff. But it's all right. I'm not saying. I'm just
right.
The Horta Sound Studio. Anyway. So David McCallum was just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because he's not. I haven't seen him in not I Spy.
Man from U.N.C.L.E.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. But I've seen him in the NCIS or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'd seen him over the years. He's done a lot of American film and television. And he's done a lot of British, and this is a total British thing, And it was great to see him in something like this. Yes,
he was just very
because he's steel.
He's just there's nothing at all,
and
all the emotion of a stone. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's steel.
Yeah,
he represents that, and it's reflected in his personality.
But I like that it's not like he has a wide variance of emotions through the.
Right.
Yes, and it's it's stern, and he's not trying to be mean. He's just like, hey, dumbass.
But no, he's very cold and or cool,
on point,
and strong, and grounded.
Yeah,
and he's steel. And then there's
Sapphire was kind of acting like a
Joanna Lumley. She was Sapphire.
Sapphire was kind of acting like a hooer.
Yeah, and she was more. She was kind of enlightened and kind of telepathic,
But I do remember it because I've seen the interwebs. That's where
she wore blue.
That's where I found out about this, was the interwebs. Somebody did a whole series, and I'm like, ugh. But she said those blue contacts, when she would go,
Yeah.
hurt her eyes, something fierce.
I bet they did in 1979.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the contact lenses of those days were uncomfortable. And especially like just colored ones for you to wear for cosmetics.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure they were very uncomfortable.
So, but it was a wild ride the whole season. It was completely wild. I loved that time stopped and then shit went down.
And they referred to it as missing time.
Yeah.
Like we're missing 7 minutes here,
Yeah.
It was cool. It had all kinds of little like nuances or whatever in it, and
then
the whole thing with the kids and their parents and their spirits that were
trapped, and then the incantation.
So it wasn't just
the incantation from the rhyme books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there was a hidden incantation in the nursery rhymes.
But you have to say it at this point, at this spot. At
right.
This time.
It had to be done in a certain way. Right.
Yeah.
They had to solve all that. and
they end
get
up
to the
going
bottom
back
of it.
to 1700s something.
Yeah.
At the foundation of the house, and there is a dead child in a coffin in the basement.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really. They talk about what those light things are. They're always trying to get into time and get into the universe that way.
Well, the lights are some kind of spirit.
Yes.
That they even said that you might call them ghosts.
Yeah.
So they were.
Yeah.
They were the ghosts of the parents.
Right. Or the kid, or any.
Or the kid. No, I think because they kept hearing the voices from the other side of the door from their parents, and then the lights came out from under the door.
Yeah.
That was the spirits of their parents. But they had to restore them and fix it all because it was wrong somehow. The time thing, it was wrong.
And I like how Steele, like, jerry-rigged a freezer, like MacGyvered the fuck out of it.
Yes.
And made this containment cell.
Right, for this to trap the lights in. And we were introduced to another member of their whatever you call them, agency, Lead.
Yes.
And Lead was cool.
Black Dynamite.
Yes. Yeah. Richard Roundtree over here. But no. But no.
And I like it. He's like, I'm hungry. I ain't got no time for this. Feed me, bitch. No.
Feed me, and then we'll take care of this business.
Yeah. the boat.
But they said there was something like 127 different
and then David
agents of the...
David kind of snarky was, well, you can't rely on those, so it's 117.
Yeah.
And the thing about the boat, I never looked up the boat to see if that was a real thing, which it probably was because the English do that.
What's that?
The boat that sank.
Oh, yeah.
The previous, and so I need to look that up. But that was interesting.
Yeah, but it was
it's wild. It's very.
It's 1979 BBC, so.
But it's kind of it's thick in a way that it's like
it's a shoestring budget, and the.
But it didn't look like it. I mean, it looked like a set. The house looked like a set. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that they didn't rely on all the flashy tech and they had to tell a good story.
Yeah.
It was very story driven.
Yes, not. Ooh, looky here.
Which is a whole lot like what's going on with Doctor Who right now. Which is a whole nother conversation, but it's not story driven like it used to be.
Yeah.
And it
Anyway,
it just needs to return to that, and that's what this is.
It's very. I don't even really have the words, which is that's very. But it's just very. I loved how he talked about the ingredients and the echoes of things and the vibe, for lack of a better term, the feel or the vibe of what was going on in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very existential.
Yes.
And which is cool. I like existential kind of stuff like that.
And it
really didn't underestimate the intelligence of the audience. Yes. It didn't dumb it down for you.
Yeah.
It was intelligent and and smart and all that.
It just did it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. So we'll be going through
the other seasons as well.
All of it, and it seems like every season is its own self-contained story arc. It's not episodic, but it's not serialized. It's just 6 episodes. This is it.
Yeah.
Next season you'll get another. It's like a mini series.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, with all the same.
And I love how they always had the cliffhanger at the end of each episode. They know how to write a cliffhanger.
No, yeah, they did. Because, when it ended, you had to see what happened next.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't like...
and they're little half-hour things.
Yeah. And
so 6 episodes is only a 3-hour, 2.5.
2.5. So, yeah, but it was, I liked that it wasn't like...
It's like watching a movie.
Yeah, you could take it or leave it,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really great stuff. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah.
And let us know. What do you think about this? You think we're just nuts or what? So, with that, like, share, subscribe.